Alright gang, welcome back to our Triple Threat Challenge here in Hutan Pantai. It's December, and as we have been doing almost every episode, we're bringing another load of wood to bring to the temple itself. Now, I will tell you that that was the last bit of wood that we could get out of the sawmill, at least for the sawmill, the one that we have currently placed. It's got us up to 60,000, almost 61,000 planks along. We still have the roof plates I have not moved, the cement bags, and then the wood beams, which we probably could put a little bit more wood beam in there. But for now, it's okay. We're going to have to continue to add more as we know, moving forward. And we're getting very, very close to the point where we're going to be starting to skip months. Might even be today, you never know. Really depends on how today goes. What I can tell you is that our green beans are ready to harvest, which is exciting. The other field that needs to be drilled with green beans is also ready to harvest. So we're going to be doing a couple of things today. I'm going to have the worker helping us a little bit as well. So we'll see where we get to. But it's going to be a pretty busy day today. We've got to do a second application of fertilizer on the big field we drilled in the last episode. So there's quite a lot to do. So let's head back to the yard here. It's going to rain at some point. I'm not sure when that rain is going to get here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to look really quick. Noon. So we've got to get both these fields harvested before noon. So I'm going to get this back to the yard. I'll just drop off the trailer here. And I'm going to pick up the green bean drill and start taking it over there. But I'm going to go ahead and get the worker started on the canola field. We're not going to be harvesting that one today. We'll have the worker do that for us. But I've already have a bunch of stuff already set. And what I mean by set, I've already got the harvesters both over in their locations. I have our Challenger over there with the trailer. And obviously the Vulture's here ready to do the fertilizer spreading. So we're trying to kind of knock everything out here as efficiently as possible today, to see what we can get to and what we can get done. Because as you know, we are very, very close to ending this series. So ideally, I'd like this series to be done in the next handful of episodes, if not less. Alright, and we are underway with our very, very first ever green bean harvest, man. I'm excited. I'm assuming this is going to work very similar to our time-lapse series that we're doing occasionally from time to time. Not any kind of a schedule or any sort, but it's on Oak Bridge. We're doing peas on that, and it's a very similar type of harvester, so it does look like it works very similarly. Looks like almost the exact same harvester. You would think they'd be able to just modify it and utilize the same harvester, but nonetheless, it is working, and we've got the green beans going in, so that's good. Now, the worker's already started on the canola field down there. We will need to cultivate that field down there. I have not brought the cultivator over there yet, excuse me. I need to do that. The drill's over there now. And, yeah, we've got a lot of things already set up and ready to go for us, which is good, right? It saves us time overall. Now, the side of the hill here, obviously, may look very, very different. It's completely opened up. And that's due to the fact that we have, since, I think I mentioned this in the last episode, but we have removed every single tree off the side of the hill now. So we can get rid of the sawmill today. We can sell whatever wood chips are in there. We're just going to put them on auto selling. It is December, so the price should be actually pretty decent. Which is good, right? That's going to make us a little bit of extra money, because we're going to be needing to utilize that money as we move forward here, because we're going to have to be buying the rest of the wood that is required for the temple just from the shop there. And I will admit, buying the wood and buying the different items from that shop is extremely annoying where they have it at. It's not easy to get in there and maneuver with a tractor to pick up the pallets and you know, put them on a trailer. So admittedly, I have been utilizing the liftable bales and pallet mod for that specific portion. Excuse me, gang. You haven't seen it. It's been off camera anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I just like to be honest with you that I really have been utilizing it pretty heavily to be able to purchase those pallets and put them on there. And it's still, even with utilizing that, it's still a very, very slow process. It actually would be faster if I was able to utilize the tractor, because I could pick up multiples stacked on top of each other and then just, you know, put them on the trailer, right? But it's not easy. You can't really get the trailer. You can get the trailer in there. It's not perfect, but you can get it in there. But once you get the trailer in there, then you don't have any room to move around with the tractor trying to stack them. So it's not the best logistical situation for us. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, soon enough you will, because whenever it comes time that we've got everything else accomplished, what we're going to be doing is buying stuff from that shop to take to the temple, right? So you will see it then for sure, if not earlier than that. Now, like I mentioned here at the beginning of the episode, I'm hoping there's 5 or less episodes left on the series here. Realistically, I'm looking for more along the lines of like a 3 or a 4. I mentioned that, you know, while we're waiting on the other green beans to be ready to harvest, we probably won't be skipping months, but I think I've kind of changed my mind on that. I think I'm going to allow us to skip months now at this point because everything's done, right? The only thing that's not done is the optional temple, which we're trying to complete. And then doing the last drilling of the green beans here. And honestly, we're just going to be waiting around for those green beans to be ready to harvest anyway. So I think we're going to allow the skipping here for the last couple of episodes. And with that skipping, you're probably looking more along the lines of a three episodes left, probably. Something like that. I'm going to have to do some work off camera. I'm going to be taking some of those products to the temple off camera. I've actually already done that a little bit. Which I'm sure if you actually finite looked at the actual amount of resources in the temple storage, you probably could have figured that out. But I have done a few trips where I've bought stuff and brought it there and off camera. I'm going to have to continue to do that at this point. Because I really don't want to make an episode where all it is me just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. That's not that exciting, right? So we will certainly do some of that. But ideally, we get to a point where I've got a lot of it already in there. And then we just show the final, you know, deliveries or whatever. And then skip the months required to get to the point where the temple is complete. But we'll see, right? We'll see how things go. We'll see what happens. Now, I will admit to you, this harvester it's a little difficult. You've got to be very, very precise here. And it's not a very big harvester either. And what I mean by big is the width is not very big. As you can see, we really, I mean, I don't know what that is. What we went around there wasn't very good. I can tell you that much. So what I'm going to try to do here to help us out is I'm going to put the steering assist on. And hopefully, that helps us out. Will it? I don't know. But hopefully it does. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. Things are good, man. Things are good. So we got a good base going here, gang. I went ahead and put the worker on it for now. We've got to run over to the canola field. The harvester, the worker over there with the harvester is full, so we need to unload that. There is a lot more room in there than I expected to be, honestly, so it should be good to go for a little bit longer. There's a piece of wood here that I missed somehow. It's not going to be enough to do anything, so I'm not worried about it. So talking about the sawmill, right? We're going to sell the wood chips out of that sawmill today. We're going to sell the sawmill today as well, so we get a little bit of money from that. It's December, so it's not a terrible time, honestly, to be selling some of that stuff. I think January is technically best for wood chips, but December shouldn't be too bad. We should make a pretty penny off of it. I think we had around 9,000 or 10,000 wood chips in there, so it should be a pretty good payday, which will help us on our quest here to continue to fill up the temple, as I mentioned early on. Now, more than likely what's going to have to happen here is I'm going to have the workers doing both fields for a little while as I make some trips back and forth. Whether that's to the sell point or to the silo itself. I really don't know. We're probably going to sell the canola outright because the canola was best technically last month, so there's really no reason for us to keep it. But as far as the green beans go, I do not know when they are best to sell, honestly. I don't even have a clue. So we need to actually kind of look at that. I need to turn this back on here. If I can get to it. Okay, so we'll do an autosave here. Let's see when green beans are best to sell. Hurry up, autosave. Thank you. Green beans, we missed them already. They're actually pretty good today, though, too. So we're going to sell both of these. And green beans, they don't really fluctuate that much. It's about a $200 difference. A little 220-ish, something like that difference. It's not that bad. So we'll sell the green beans outright. And obviously the canola is going to be sold, so. Not much of this field's left. We need to get the cultivator over here so we can get the worker doing the cultivation here as soon as it's done. So I need to make that trip as well. So once I have this full and I have the worker set back going on this field, I'll probably head back and grab the cultivator just so we can get that under control. Let me move this out of the way. So today's kind of an exciting day for me. I'm doing this video pretty early in the morning. I'm not sure I'll get it all done in the setting that I have, but I took the day off. I'm recording this on a Thursday. I took the day off. Friends of mine, I guess somebody backed out and they had a spot, and I was like, absolutely, I'll take it. Long story short, I'm going to Ohio Stadium, which is where Ohio State Buckeyes football team plays. They're doing some kind of like a golf event. I don't even know how to call. I don't even know what you would call it. But basically, they set up like these mini stages up like at the very top of the stadium, and you basically play like a round of golf, and you hit them down into like the football field, if that makes any sense. You hit them from up on top of where the fans sit, way up like in the nosebleeds area, down into the actual stadium where the football field is. It's kind of crazy. See, it kind of sounds kind of crazy, but I am doing that today, so I'm pretty excited about it. If anybody on the off chance has happened to do anything like that in any other stadium, let me know down below in the comments. Yeah, I really don't know what to expect. I know that we're only allowed to bring an 8-iron or lower. I cannot bring like a 7, which is my favorite club, honestly. I can't bring a 7. Can't bring a driver, any of that stuff, which makes sense, right? You would more likely than not hit it out of the stadium since you're so high up in the air. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, man. If I can snag a couple of pictures and share them on my Discord, I will do so. Speaking of that, Discord link is down below in the description if you want to join that. Access to anytime I release a video on either channel, it's posted in there. There's also discussions you can have. You have the ability where if you want to, you can put, if you're doing any videos, if you're making any kind of farming videos or any videos in general, whether it's farming or otherwise, you can post it there and maybe get a little bit more publicity for yourself. So if I can snag a couple pictures, I certainly will share them. I'll probably share one, maybe or two on the YouTube post as well. We'll see. But I'm excited, man. I don't think I like golf. My dad was a really good golfer, but most of you know, if you've been around for a while at least, I played hockey my whole life, so I like golf, but I'm not the best golfer in the world by any means, so we'll see how I do. Not the worst golfer in the world, but I'm not the best golfer. I can just, I hold my own most of the time. I don't have a handicap or anything like that. I'm hitting somewhere in the 80s, more than likely. Either the very, like every once in a while, in blue moon, I might hit like an 82 or an 83 on an 18-hole course. But normally I'm somewhere in the mid-80s, low 90s. All right, we got the cultivator back up here, so we're good to go. As soon as the worker gets a little bit further, we can get started. I don't want to start now. I'm a little concerned that they might run into each other right now. We can take over for this guy, though. He has not really... Well, I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know what he was doing over there. But okay. What are we stuck on here? Thank you. So as you can see, it's got quite a large hopper here for the green beans, which is a good thing, right? We really only have one trailer right now, so we're kind of having to hope and pray that we're able to continue to hold a lot of green beans in here while the rest of the field over there that the worker is working on for the canola is finished. And hopefully we can get that stuff sold in time before we need to unload this. I'm not sure we will or not. It's only 39% full, so I think the odds are in our favor, but you know, you just never know, right? So need to put on the steering assist again. I had it off because I was obviously utilizing the worker there for a little while, so I need to turn it back on here just to try to help us out. Nope, not AI worker. Nope, nope, nope. There we go. Alright, so the steering assist is going to take us on its own path of destruction, and that's fine. Look at the side of the hill, man. Look at the landscape change that's occurred from all those trees we knocked down, man. Isn't that crazy? Feels crazy to me. I had thought about, honestly, for a while, maybe buying the side of that hill there and continuing our little sawmill production, if you will. I decided against it. Just because even though we do have that sawmill, and it's very helpful, it does take a while. And at this point, I think we have enough money that we can continue to afford to purchase the remainder of what's needed for the temple itself from the shop. I don't think we're going to have any problems since we do make money every time we go and sell stuff to the temple, right? Now, I don't think you make money per se when you buy the stuff from the shop and take it there. I think you break around even, I think. Maybe you lose a little bit. But even so, it should still be enough that we shouldn't have to worry about it, especially after we sell the canola and then these green beans and stuff, right? We're going to have a lot more money when all that's said and done. This thing turns really wide, like a semi. Or a lorry, or wherever you are. And I don't know what we're doing now. Now we're going on a different angle. Oof. I guess we're still like on a headland pass now or something. I would have thought the worker would have did the headland pass all the way through, but I guess he hasn't. I guess typically that's what you should be doing on a harvest. Like when you're doing a drilling, right, you should start in the middle and then do the headlands last, but well, I don't know. Whatever reason we're just on a journey for the steering assist, and it's just taking us where it wants to take us, and we're gonna go from there. Now, the rain's going to be here very, very soon. That's the concern, right? That's the very big concern that we have. The rain's going to be here at 1,300. It's almost 1,200 right now, so it could start anywhere between that 1,200 to 1,300 range. I'm not sure we're going to get this field harvested in time. It's a very slow process, as you can clearly tell. So I'm a little concerned there, which means we might have to finish it later on, and by later on, I mean more than likely the following episode. But we'll see. Let's not run before we can walk, right? Let's make sure that that's actually going to be the case and that we're not able to get this field done in time. Oh, the rain's already here. No! I mean, it's 11:24. It said it wasn't going to be here until 13. Now it's changed to 11. I promise you, I'm not lying. We did see that, right? You saw it with me, right? Well, that puts a big damper on it. At least the worker finished the harvest of the canola. At least that's done. We can do this in the next episode. I'm not as concerned, right? Because this field will be done. As soon as we're done with harvesting this field, we're done with this field. We can sell it. We've accomplished the goal on this one. Alright, well, I guess I'll have to turn it off. I really don't want to continue to harvesting. I don't want to lose any yield, even though we're kind of towards the end of the series here. I still don't want to lose yield on it, right? Alright, let's go unload this, then we can get the worker started on the cultivating here. We've got enough stuff to do today. It's not that big of a deal that we weren't able to get the harvest done, but I really would have liked to. Now, I could have slowed down time, sure. Of course I could have. Really don't like doing that unless it's absolutely necessary. I might be in the way here for the worker. I'm more than likely going to be in the way for the worker here. But hopefully we're able to get this all unloaded in time here. No, he's going to start up there. No, he's not. He's just going to do a massive backup. That's a weird location to start. I would have thought he would have started way further back here. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to complain. Let's just move this out of the way for now. We can go sell this canola, put the tarp on it, try to prevent any more water from getting into it. 15,241 liters of canola. Where are we going with this? Where are we going? Harbor Grain Elevator. Woo. Then you go the other way. We haven't really taken a big trip this way yet, so we might as well go and see what we run into over here. I believe this is the edge of the map here, so there should be a coastline here. Yep, there is. It's a very pretty area over here. There's another road down there, which actually, now that I say that, I do think we came over this way one time. That road is mostly pointless, I think. It's just kind of a coast road you can drive and see the ocean and the inlet, the river, everything else, right? Which is kind of cool, but there's real no reason to do it as far as the game goes. There's not like there's a crop field or anything down there. So we've learned a lot in this series, gang, as we're kind of getting closer to the ending here. We've learned a lot in this series. We've learned what worked, what doesn't work. This series will return. It won't be anytime soon, but probably, 2026 maybe. We'll make another version of this. It'll be, some changes to it, some modifications, different map, obviously. Just based off of things we've learned, right? Things that we've figured out work, don't work. Try to make it better, right? Always trying to learn and make things better as we move along. And, hoping that it's more successful than this one was. Not that this one wasn't successful. It was. I would have liked it to be more successful, but it was still successful. All right, we got $48,000 out of that, which I think is pretty daggone good, honestly. So let's head back. I'm going to unload what green beans we do have in the harvester into this so that we can put the cover on it and at least protect it from the weather right now. Although it is a very slow rain, it is still has the potential to harm that. So let's head back there. We'll unload it. We can get all that stuff, I guess, back to the yard area because we're not going to be able to finish the harvest today. It's rain and then hail and then probably rain again. I'm sure that's normally how it works. Yeah, it's going to be raining until 1700 at least. We will be done with the episode by 1700. That's quite a ways away from now. And without being able to do that harvest, we've actually lowered the amount of things that we wanted to accomplish today. So, all right, let's unload here. Now, unfortunately, like I said, we're not going to be able to get the harvest done, which sucks. But we're not going to unload here. What are we doing here? Oh, it's the wrong way. Okay. I swear it was on the left side, but I was wrong. Anyway, unfortunately, our price on the green beans is going to continue to drop here, right? We're just going to sell these. I kind of changed my mind on the way over here. I said we were just going to store them, but we're going to sell them. A couple of reasons. I was the right way. What? Ugh. Okay. Let's act like it's not your first time here, Z. Come on, buddy. Get it together. Get it together. We're going to sell these green beans, though, because they are an okay price right now, like I said earlier on in the episode, right? So we'll go ahead and sell them instead of storing them. But they're going to drop in the next episode. When January comes around, they will drop in price. It should still be decent, though. We saw that. It was only like a $200 fluctuation, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm actually just going to leave this out here in the weather elements. Not something you typically would want to do, but we're going to do it. At least fold it up. There we go. Alright, so the green beans. Where are we going with the green beans now? Let's figure that out. The canning factory, somewhere we have not been. It's much cheaper, though, unfortunately. So it looks like we're going to the Harbor Grain Elevator yet again. We love that Harbor Grain Elevator. That's almost entirely where we go every time. Let's head there. Alright, here we go. Let's see what kind of money we make from these green beans. It's probably not going to be anything insane. No, 13,417. Didn't really expect it to be anything crazy, but it's a little bit of extra money, so we'll take it, right? So with the rain here and now the hail coming, we're going to work on some of the other objectives. We're going to continue allowing the worker to do the cultivation of the field that needs to be drilled with the green beans. And we're going to go ahead and do the fertilization on our other field, our main field. Well, I say our main field, our biggest field, the one on our main yard. And we're going to sell the sawmill, sell all the wood chips, take care of all of that. And then we'll see where we're at. We might where we at. We see where we are, where we're at, and we may jump to January at that point. So long as we've got the field drilled, the green bean field that still needs to be drilled. So let's jump over. I'm going to take this back to the green bean harvest field that we had to stop because it started raining. Let's take this back over there, and then we'll jump over and do the fertilization, and then we'll look to sell the stuff from the sawmill. Well, I stand corrected. We do not need to do a second application of fertilizer here. I thought we needed to, but I guess we don't. So that's good. That's one less thing we have to do. So let's go ahead and just put this away for now, and we'll jump over to the sawmill and get rid of that, get everything sold out of there. So we're going to turn everything on to auto-selling. Instead of unloading it and going and selling it directly, we're just going to sell it directly out of the actual sawmill itself. We're getting ready to hit 1 o'clock anyway, so it should all sell at that point. This actually needs to go into the shed over here. Let's go do that really quick. Try to hurry up before 1 o'clock gets here, so we can make sure we get all of that sold in time. Now I'm doing this in 2 different days. I think I mentioned that earlier on in this episode. I just ran out of time and had some other things going on. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and turn that off. So let's go into here. And let's go to here. And we're going to turn everything here onto selling. So even some of the small stuff that's still in here, obviously it's not going to spawn a pallet, so we just need to turn everything on to selling, and we should be good. We should sell everything. The wood chips, it looks like I actually am going to have to unload out of there. I actually was not expecting that. I thought there was a location here to sell the wood chips, but I guess I was mistaken, but that's okay. Good thing we got the we've got the trailer back here, so we can go ahead and unload those wood chips into here. We have to figure out where the best place to sell the wood chips are. Not positive where that's going to be. I don't really remember exactly where I'm supposed to unload or load the wood chips into the trailer either. I'm hoping it's here. Yep, perfect. So it's a decent amount of wood chips. Let's see, where are we going to be selling these suckers at? Gonna have to scroll like forever here. It's all the way at the bottom. I still wish they would put in a thing where you could favorite certain items so they would be at the top of the list so you could find them. So whatever, you know, if you're doing, 5 or 6 things, you could have it favorited. It's always at the top. You don't have to sit there and scroll forever. Just seems like it would be an easy addition, and it really wouldn't take a whole lot of work to do so either. But what do I know? What do I know? Harbor Grain Elevator. We keep going to the same spot. Let's go sell these. And then we'll see how we're doing, or how the worker's doing on cultivating that field up there, and then we'll probably take it over and drill, or at least seed, the green beans so they're ready to go. Alright, while we're waiting on the worker to finish up there, we'll probably take over for the worker, honestly. But while that's happening, I went ahead and got some stuff taken back to the yard. We also sold the wood chips, as you can see. We're up to 256,098. Not too bad at all. We're going to sell the sawmill now. Everything should be out of there. Let's do a quick autosave here. Let me just verify and make sure. I don't want to sell it if there's still something in there, but there shouldn't be, because the time has elapsed. It should all be gone. Evidently, planks are still in there for some reason. I didn't put those on selling, but at 62 liters, I'm not that concerned about 62 liters, honestly. It's not going to make us that much extra money. So we're just going to get rid of it. So we'll go ahead and sell the sawmill now. Okay, perfect. That gets us $3,000 back. Not bad. We can sell this as well. Might do that, actually, here soon. The worker's nearly done. We're going to go ahead and just take over for the worker doing the cultivation and finish that up ourselves. I also pulled the Challenger tractor over here as well. When we're done with the cultivator here, I'm going to have a worker take it back to the yard for us while we start doing the drilling. And we are going to skip to January after we're done drilling this field and do a little bit. I'm not sure we'll do everything we need to do in January, but we're going to at least get some of it started. Obviously, finish the harvest of the green bean field that we started. Maybe do the fertilization, the second application of fertilization on this field. But we'll see. We just basically have to go down the end of this row here and then kind of finish off the headland pass there, and then we can go ahead and get started with the drill. I probably will do it the way that I've been doing it, the non-traditional way, like we used to do in FS22. I probably will not follow the rules of what you should be doing, which is doing the drilling in the middle of the field and then do the headlands at the very end. I probably will just do it the way that I normally do. It's not that big of a deal, and I'm just used to it. It's easier for me to do it that way. And honestly, there's almost enough room for us to be able to just go up and down. It's just those telephone poles are kind of in the way. Otherwise, we could just not even worry about a headland, just go from one end to the other, turn around, and keep on going, right? This AI worker stopped. What is he talking about? Maybe I accidentally hit the worker. I've told you before, on console with the controller, sometimes it's difficult because you have to hit multiple buttons because there's, multiple buttons set where you have to hold a button in to hit another button. Sometimes whenever I'm holding one of the buttons, I think it's being held down and it's not, or vice versa. So it happens. Nothing I can really do about it besides just be a little bit slower and better about it. Okay, so that field is all cultivated up, so I'm going to go ahead and unhook the cultivator here, hook it up to the Challenger, and then have the worker take it back for us. So let's go ahead and get that started. Now remember, whenever we're done with whatever we're doing here, moving forward, we're just going to be selling stuff. And by selling stuff, I mean whenever we're done harvesting this field here, we're going to sell it because we don't need it anymore. We've accomplished that portion of the objective. Set destinations, what we want. And he can just stop somewhere in our grass field. Or she, whoever it is. Alright. Maybe. They're going to have an issue, aren't they? Of course they are. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they? How are you not figuring this out? You're not blocked by any object. What are you talking about? Okay, let's try this one more time. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We're going to try it one more time. Okay, I'm off that. Go to here, set destination. Go, please? Maybe? Maybe? Okay, well, they're not going to do it. I guess I'll have to do it myself. That's unfortunate. I was trying to kill two birds with one stone, but, it is what it is. I'm not sure how much more we're actually going to need that anyway. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn this on. We'll go ahead and drop it down here, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, the width of this this drill here is very nice. This planter is very, very nice. So it really will not take us long to do this field. It's not a massive field by any means. I'm going to go ahead and turn on steering assist, although I probably don't need it. I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. And we're underway, so let's get this thing done here, gang. It shouldn't take too long. Like I said, very small field in comparison to the other fields we've been doing. So let's see what we can get done here. Alright, we are done, gang. And the hail is here, obviously. So hopefully we don't get any major hail damage in either this or the green bean field that we're still ready to harvest in. You also probably saw me... Actually, I need to hook that back up. You probably also saw me run right into the pole there. I had a hard time stopping, and I probably should have put a weight on the front of this. It was giving me some trouble with the slickness of the ground and the hill and the weight. But we were able to right it, luckily. So we can go ahead and take this back. Technically, we can sell this now. We don't really need it anymore. But let's get this back to the yard here. I'll get the Challenger later on. And we'll go ahead and skip to the next month. And hopefully, we'll be able to finish the harvest of the green beans. Hopefully, it's not more snow, rain, or... Well, I think it snows off, but more rain and hail. Hopefully it's not more rain and hail that we have to deal with. What in the world happened here? What is happening right here? What? Okay. I don't think I've seen that happen yet. All right, then. Man, they really need to... They need to make some changes to this game for sure, man. They still haven't fixed a lot of issues that, at this point, how long the game's been out, should have been fixed by now, but... Anyway. We're back. Let's put this thing away for now. Like I said, we really don't need it anymore, but we will sell it eventually. We're not going to sell it right now. We'll sell it towards the end. Whenever we're done, we're finally on the final episode, we'll sell most things. So we're obviously going to keep some stuff, but a lot of the stuff that we kind of bought that we really aren't utilizing on the main yard, or the main farm, and that's what I mean is this area here. So like the green bean harvester and the green bean drill, things like that, we probably will get rid of. We really wouldn't need those anymore if we're going to get rid of those fields anyway. Okay, we're back underway here, gang. It is January now. We're going to go ahead and get the green bean field done so we can sell this guy and get it out of our hair for a little while, right? Steering assist is still kind of taking me areas and ways that I don't really expect it to, so we're just going to have to play ball with it for a little bit here and hopefully be able to get back into a groove here that makes sense soon enough. But anyway, we've got a lot of green beans to take care of here. Now, the other sections here, we've got this field now, this long grain rice field ready to harvest. This one's going to be ready in the next episode. I do believe I didn't show it on camera, but I did flood the other field. The other field did need to be flooded. The other long grain rice field needed to be flooded. I did do that off camera. I just want to make sure that that was notated in case somebody makes a comment saying, you forgot to flood that field. How is it? Perfect. I did flood it. I just didn't put it on camera. I've done the showing those fields being flooded on camera quite a lot in this series, so I figured I would just go ahead and skip through it. Now, we did get some hail damage, unfortunately, in this field. It's really unfortunate considering how close we were to being done here. Is what it is. There's 2 sections over there. Not a whole lot I can do about it. I mean, that's a pretty heavily damaged area right there, too. But, oh well. Other than that, the only thing really left to do in this episode, honestly, is to do the weed pulling or spraying, and then do a second application here of fertilizer. I believe it's going to need a second application. It does. So it was probably good for us to skip to January anyway, since it was a relatively lower amount of things to do today. Now, the long grain rice field we can do. I'm probably going to save that for the following episode. I probably won't do that one today. Harvesting this field of the green beans here is going to take long enough. As you can see, it's not a very fast process by any means. It does take a while. And the worker doing it takes even longer, so... But let's get to work, gang. It's going to take a while, and let's get this thing done. And then we can say we're done with this field altogether. Alright, that was a really long time last game, but it was worth it. We got it done, and as you saw, I had to turn the actual lines on because I was still struggling with the lines off and the way that the pathing worked on this field. It was not the way that I expected it to work, and I was going the wrong way, or I was not lining up the lines correctly, and I was starting to go around the headlands again. It just turned into a mess, so I just decided, you know what, screw it. Let's turn the lines on. I don't typically like having the lines on, but I said screw it. We're going to put them on. So we can go ahead and unload this into the trailer itself. We can actually sell this field here very soon. I'm not sure we'll do it today or not. I need to get another tractor over here actually so I can get the tarp off the trailer here so we can actually unload this. So let's go get the Challenger. There it is. Now, I think what we're going to do, based off of how long that took, I was not expecting it to take as long as it did. I do think that we will probably leave doing the weeding there, the second application of fertilizer there, etc. We'll probably leave, oop, just drilled that sign. Probably leave all of that for the next episode. And the next episode likely is going to be one of the last, if not the last episode of the series. Once we harvest that green bean field, there's nothing left for us to do with the exception of the temple, and as I've mentioned more times than I can count, well, you know, our goal there is just we're going to skip months so we can go ahead and get that accomplished. We are going to have to bring some more product to the temple, so there's going to be a little bit of that, but a lot of that I probably can do off camera. So maybe a couple of days until we have another episode on this series, just so it gives me some time off camera whenever I have the time to go ahead and take some more stuff to the temple. So it's not just an episode of me doing nothing but going to the shop, buying stuff, taking it to the temple, going to the shop, buying stuff, taking it to the temple. Okay, are we not close enough still? There we go. Alright. So not bad. Should be a pretty decent payday for the green beans. We're going to go sell these right now. And a lot of this stuff can be sold. We'll probably save that for the next episode as well. All this, you know, the equipment and stuff that we don't need anymore that we're going to sell. So let's head on down here to the Harbor Grain Elevator, our favorite place, and get this stuff sold. All right, here we go. Moment True, 10,000 liters of green beans. Should be another $14,000 to $17,000, I would think. 17,974. So almost $18,000, which is good, man. We're up to 276,750. And we're going to leave the episode at that point, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate it if you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, all that good stuff. One, maybe 2 episodes remaining in this series, gang, and it is done. It's been a fun series. We learned a lot. Hope you've enjoyed it as well. See you in the next one.